Good evening, and thank you very much for inviting. Oops, well, that's not a very good start. It's me, Jason. Good evening. Thank you very much for inviting us. We're honoured and delighted to have been invited at such an early stage of our project. I'm the creative director of a brand new charity called At the Bus, a bus that is a double-decker bus that's going to be converted into a therapeutic space for children with severe complex needs. The first bus is going to go into Charwell School and will offer a therapeutic intervention for children who are at risk of either excluding themselves or being excluded. We understand from the school that there's a high level of need of challenges that the children have got. But there's also a problem that the teachers are incapable of supporting them. So we've linked up with Charwell School to have a programme where we have a double-decker bus that will be parked in the school, offering mental health support to the children with the most complex needs. This is what the bus is going to look like. We've been very, very lucky that Camille Walala has designed this bus free for us. It's not just that it looks good and it's exciting. We very much feel that there is a stigma about mental health, and we feel very much that it's important that we alleviate that. The children who come to us, if they had a broken arm or an abscess under their tooth, they would be quite happy to go off and have the support they need. With mental health, there's still a stigma, so we're determined to change that. As you can see, 50% of lifelong major mental illnesses start before the age of 14. We hope to reach the children before they get to that stage. The double-decker bus is a therapeutic space. Upstairs we will have sofas. That is why we're here actually to ask you to support it. Sofas where the children come, they're selected by their schools. Sofas where they come, they talk to us, and they are supported by senior facilitators who are trained in therapeutic education. The idea of the project is that they're taken away from their classrooms. They come because they've been chosen, but they also have to make the commitment of wanting to come. They come, they worked in a group. Is that me? Is that me? Here we are. Something went in. There we are. That's okay. Fine. Thank you. They come because they want to, but they come because they've been chosen. We use art as a vehicle. We transform objects. We very rarely use plain canvases or white sheets of paper. We give the children an opportunity to look at objects and transform them. It's a sort of legal graffiti. The structure of the sessions are very, very well thought out. It's not an art club, it's a therapeutic intervention. Sofa time is where we talk to the youngsters. They're able to talk about, or not talk, it's up to them, about the things that are worrying them, or things that actually they want to talk about and celebrate. So we could have a child who might talk about the anxiety that they're having because they're going to visit a parent in a prison, or their mother's in hospital with mental health issues, or they're not sure where they're going to be sleeping next week. But we also have children who will tell us that they've done extremely well in a football match, or they've passed an exam. So we're a very organised holding place. So as you can see, this is a project where we bought breadboards where the children were allowed to transform them into objects. There is something about transforming an object. As they transform an ordinary lid from a casserole dish or a tray, as they're transforming it, they're also actually transforming how they feel about themselves. What you must remember that the children we deal with have got very, very low self-esteem. Our job is to actually raise their self-esteem, give them confidence, enable them to access education. So if a child isn't accessing education, they're in trouble. If they're being excluded and they go to pupil referral unit, that is our problem. These children are being targeted in pupil referral units. The aim of this project is to keep them within school, to make them feel part of the community. Once a child is off-site, we know that that's when they're actually being targeted by the wrong groups. We've actually worked with young children who've been targeted, who've been groomed. We've worked with young children who, as a result of being out of school, can actually be used for selling drugs. So our passion is keep them in school, educate them, give them a therapeutic intervention, create an atmosphere in the school where actually these children are often seen as difficult, as troublemaker, the child who comes in because either they've taken some drugs or because they've done something that's inappropriate. We want to celebrate these children, that they can go back into their community and enhance their own education, but actually they become part of the community. So we cannot work with them in isolation. So it's very much a group intervention. And the success for us is when the children start to support each other. As you can see, literature is very much part of our theme. So we always read books, we look at projects. We're planning a big project on climate crisis at the moment. We're going to get speakers to come and talk to them. We're going to look at how we, as a small group, can make a big difference. I love this project. This is the teapot which has been transformed into, I think, a work of art. So this is where the whole transformation happens. We're passionate about art. We know that with your support, we can make a difference. We can make a fantastic space for these children. Like Sarah was saying, you know, you've got a great kitchen, but you've got to make it better. These children deserve the best. We feel very, very strongly that if we provide a safe environment, we can actually offer, is that the band?
Yes.
Okay. We can offer a space for these children where they can succeed, they can become part of their community, and we actually will feel very, very successful. We're here to ask you whether you would consider buying sofas, chairs and sofas and tables to actually give these children a space where they feel valued and where they can produce fantastic artwork. So thank you very much, and think about supporting this very new project.